Hello, fellow BIAFRAs. Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, everybody. Good morning, everybody. Good morning, good morning. We are no longer slaves. We are no longer slaves. That is the title of the song. My name is UWAZURIKE DK, and I want to welcome each and every one of us this morning. It's 8 minutes past 10 here in Venezuela. Today is 3rd of March 2021, and we'll be dealing with very important issues. Please help us share this program. Invite your friends and make this program go around. Share it in every available platform because we're going to be as brief as possible. And with me is Mazi Solomon, who will be joining us in the next few minutes. He's already live, and I'll be bringing him very soon. I want to welcome Mazi Solomon Peter. Mazi, welcome to the program.
Thank you so much, Mazi Pat. Good evening at my end. At my end here is 9 minutes past 8 p.m. So good evening from my end. I welcome Biafran all over the world, lovers of freedoms, lovers of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, and haters of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. You are welcome. Thank you so much, all our audience. You are welcome into this very platform. It is another day again for us to reason together, for us to agree to disagree, for us to analyze issues, for us to throw light in so many activities that has happened in the past and is happening in the present also, because it's very, very important that most people sleep, wake up, and that every time putting eyes in the internet. So it's very, very important that we'll be able to analyze one or two things that has been in the internet that is causing misunderstanding, or things that need clarification, or things that also needed second thought. Thank you so much as you join us into this program at this hour of the day. May God bless you as you follow us. You also can call into the program to do your contribution, or can make requests to join us live. Thank you, Mazi Pat, for making me part of this program as we proceed tonight. Thanks.
Thank you, Mazi Solomon. Thank you very much. God bless you. Thank you. Welcome to the program. As we've seen events over the week. Yes, we've seen events over the week, and we want to dwell a bit on it. We're going to take a clip of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's broadcast of 2015, and from there we're going to take it down, because we have series of issues. Like I said, we'll be talking about RAPH UWAZURIKE saga, because every day he's coming out with something new, and it's a whole lot of blunder. And also we'll be taking a look at the dissolvement of IPOB leadership in the United Kingdom. We haven't got much facts on what happened there, but we are going to throw perspective on the reason why it's like we are having a kind of setback every day in the struggle for BIAFRA restoration as a result of maybe people not playing the role they're supposed to play, not doing things they're supposed to do, or not even doing it right. People being put in leadership position that are not even qualified most of the time, that don't have the right attitude and character to occupy such positions. I think we talked about it sometime in the past, but we also have to bring it forward again. Martin Solomon, let's take this clip of Martin Namdekano in 2015, where he talked about people's priority. People's priority. And from there, we are now going to take it to the next point. Let's take the clip.
We don't care who you are, as long as you put money first before the freedom of your people. As long as you put the needs of the stomach before that of the restoration of your honor as a nation, we don't have any business with you. Never. People sometimes think we can waver, considering the amount of pressure. Why are you not in good terms with this group? Or that because you people are bad. Very, very bad, and we can prove it to you how bad you are. We've tested all of them. Only very few, handful of them. And those are the people we are working with. They will not fail their country. They will work with us. They will ensure that our cenotaph is safe. Our brief to them is simple. If anybody comes here, I want to see the dead body. I want to see the dead body of anybody or group of persons coming close to our cenotaph. Because most of our soldiers died in the battlefield. They were not buried. Most of them perished. The children fell from their mother's arms and died. Some people were walking, they couldn't walk anymore. Where they slumped to the ground was where they died, and the rest of the family continued walking or running to safety. Children were killed, their skulls smashed open because their cries threatened to give away their position. They don't have any graves, all of them. Do you know where their grave is? It is at our cenotaph. Therefore, that place is the holiest piece of land we have anywhere in the world. If you have not formed the pilgrimage to our cenotaph, you are not a Biafran. You have not begun. Everything we are doing has spiritual symbolism attached to it. Everything that we do. That is why we must maintain a balance between the spiritual and the temporal. That is why we must march forward proclaiming the truth.
Yes, so Mazin Solomon, we've seen that broadcast where Mazin Namdekano was talking about people's priority. That if you are putting your stomach first before the struggle or the liberation of your people, that he cannot work with you.
Yes, Mazipat. That's exactly what Mazin Namdekano was speaking about in 2015. And in this 2015, though the full clip of that very broadcast was not played, because there is so many things that Mazin Namdekano said, so that in 2015, from 2015 to 2021, we are talking about 6 years ago. 6 years ago, and this young man has remained consistent. Our leader, Mazin Namdekano, has remained consistent with his message. Now, point one from that clip you played, Mazin Namdekano always implement every good idea that people bring up into the struggle. And one of the idea is this senator, which he's talking about here, having that so many of our people died without them being buried. So, and for them to feel at peace and for them to feel like their people acknowledge their sacrifice and their effort, then the suggestion about cenotaphs was suggested, and the Mazi Nnamdi Kanu implement it. Now, when Mazi implement this very cenotaph, you will see over there in his message that there was a threat for some group of people, a threat from some group of people who say that they want to destroy that cenotaph for any reason known to them, for any reason best known to them. So because of this threat, Mazi was broadcasting, and he said, we will not watch to see them destroy the cenotaph. And if anybody dare to destroy it, and then all of us will die there. Because this is the honor we have prepared to give to people who has laid down their life and who has made sacrifice for our sake. So now, in this move, in this wonderful idea to build, to recognize our heroes and recognize some of them who he described there, that some of them were not buried, some of them were walking on the road, and eventually they cannot go anymore, they dropped. You can't be able to carry the corpse. For the matter of fact, some people are walking with leg for a very far distance. They are not even able to carry themselves, talk less of carrying a corpse. So they left them there, and that is where they decayed, and the moth finished them there. So many of them were not find privileged to be buried or to do the burial ceremonies. So for that reason, when this very idea come, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu implement it. He implement that idea, and the same UWAZURIKE that we are talking about today threatened to destroy that very place. Threatened to destroy that very place. And my question is, for what reason? For what reason should you destroy the idea to recognize your sisters and brothers who died in making sacrifice for you to live, who died in suffering for you to see the light of the day? And somebody is implementing the idea of recognizing their death, recognizing them in the sense that some of them were not buried, and you said you will destroy it. We are going somewhere. We want to take you somewhere. I believe you join us in this very program. This is 6 years ago. 6 years ago. Now, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu also moved further to say that the struggle, restoration of Biafra is our ultimate goal. That everyone who put the need of stomach or his personal interest first is not worthy to be among the people that are choosing to restore Biafra in 2016. Because what is happening is that so many people are joining the movement newly, and the some has been old, and they have this loss of memory, that so many things has been said in the past. And when they play out, our people will not recognize it. So he said anybody who put the need of stomach or personal need or personal interest first in the struggle of Biafra is not worthy. That we are not ready to work, we will not be ready to work with such individual, such person, or such group who could put the need of stomach or who could put their personal interest or their personal need first in the restoration of Biafra. That we will not be ready to work with such people. We will not be ready to work with such people. Remember, any idea that comes, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu will implement that idea. We implement that idea. So many people have thought about Biafra, wonderful ideas, but they have not been able to implement one. Even 3/4 or even a tips of wonderful idea they come to share in the internet. And Biafra could have done this way, you could have done it this way, but out of their wonderful idea, they have not been able to implement one. But every time we will see Mazi Nnamdi Kanu trying to implement ideas, nke a na-akpọ Ukwueme, nke the one that Dele Muhammadu called Otokadum. Follow us in this program. It's very funny, but we get through it at the end of this very program so that you will understand if why actions is being taken and why things are being implemented. Mazi, play the video. We have a lot of them here. So because we want to get our people to the point, please don't lose out anything that I just have to say here today. Don't lose anything. Grab anything. Everything. The way this program was designed, but it's going to take us time. And that is why some things are being cut. Because I wanted also to come to the point of people who drop a statement and say Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is encouraging violence and the condoling violence. Then we want to play the message.
We are going there. We are going there, Mazi.
Okay. Thank you. So we take them step by step. Thank you.
Yes, let's take this clip of UWAZURIKE where he was saying that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, because they are trying to project it to make it look as if that people that died in 1945, people that died in 1960, that the death of Biafra from the creation of Nigeria was as a result of the IPOB and Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's agitation. Let's take this clip and see the stupidity. I don't know what to say about this, but every time they try to criticize IPOB and Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, there is this manifestation of stupidity. Let's take a look at this clip.
He is the person that caused the killing of our people in Enugu, Obibo, and lately at Olo, Nnamdi Kanu of IPOB.
Thank you, sir.
So, you see, we don't, because so many things were said, but we have to take the short clips that are very, very, a bit significant. UWAZURIKE here is saying that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is because of the death of our people in Enugu, Olo, and so many other places. What is your take?
Yeah. But Mazi, if you can help me, I would like to deal with issue one after the other. We finish one, we go to another. Because I think that is the way that I believe that nobody can misunderstand us here. Emma, he said, Marcus, Emma, you can call in into the program. You can call in into the program if you so like. You can call in into the program. You can request for us to bring you in. So you will come and have opportunity to float that your idea, your wisdom, so that we can be able to learn from you than accusing people that people like some group of people are the reason for the our problem in Biafran struggle. You will be allowed. We will not stop you. Come and explain to Biafran. Now, to give you a tip more, because Mazi Pat is still wanting to bring the clip. The clip that Mazi Pat played now has not finished. We are still coming to that very point. So many things we are said 6 years ago. And like the one I said also, the clips will be played in the message of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, including when he traveled to America and was asking the World Igbo Congress to sponsor the Biafrans and get them arms. And some people who say that somebody is sponsoring violence and at the same time condoling violence, is calling in Nnamdi Kanu, bowing to Nnamdi Kanu, calling him his leader, giving him all sort of names, giving him all sort of names and praises. This time around, he turned around when his personal interest started playing a role in his life. He turned back to say, we are condemning violence and we are calling for violence. So, Mazipat, are you ready now? Because Biafrans are waiting here. Remember, this broadcast is supposed to be very brief. Should we wait long, or should I carry on with the analysis? I can equally put whatever things that have happened.
Mazi, go ahead with the analysis. Go ahead with the analysis. Go ahead.
Are you tell Biafrans there is no game? If you are unable to play the move, tell them that actually you are having problem. Explain to them what the situation is, because we are not UWAZURIKE. You cannot say one thing and doing another.
No,
so
Mazi, we've already played clip.
Are you having problem with playing the video?
No. We have already played the clip of where UWAZURIKE
Biafran didn't hear you.
Okay. The clip where UWAZURIKE was accusing Mazi Nnamdi Kanu of
killing. Can you play
people.
it again?
Okay, let's take that clip again.
He is the person that caused the killing of our people in Enugu, Obibo, and lately at Olo, Nnamdi Kanu of IPOB.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, so Mazi Solomon, I don't know if you heard what UWAZURIKE said here, because I'll be coming again with another clip, but I want you to look at, this, when Ojukwu fought the civil war against Nigeria in 1967, Ojukwu was accused of killing Igbos, of leading the people to war. Maz, I don't know if you are getting the point. I don't know if you are hearing me. Can you hear me?
Yes, I am listening to you, and I wish, because I wouldn't like us to go to Ojukwu. I would like us to start with UWAZURIKE. That is exactly what we are bringing.
That is what I'm trying to say.
Led Mossop since 1999. Yeah, since 1999, and in the broadcast of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, UWAZURIKE led our people, and our people were killed in the Ezu River. Our people were massacred in Atonisha. Our people was massacred at Tempo by the Mossop led by UWAZURIKE. Now, UWAZURIKE is now putting, when Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has not come to lead Biafra. I mean, before the arrival of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, under the agitation of Biafra, on agitation of Biafra under UWAZURIKE, our people has been massacred. And if you play the clip of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu fully, you will hear him said it very, very clearly. Our people who were massacred under UWAZURIKE led Mossop were abandoned. Their family was abandoned. Their relations was abandoned. Now, the question is this. Those people that are being massacred, are they not Biafrans? Under the leadership of UWAZURIKE. The same government, the same evil government we are fighting today, massacred our people under the leadership of UWAZURIKE. So those people that are massacred under his leadership, are they not Igbos? Are they not Igbo youths? Are they not Biafran youths? Are they not Imo State youths? Are they not Anambra State youths? Are they not Rivers youths? Are they not Akwa Ibom youths? Those ones that are massacred under UWAZURIKE, is it UWAZURIKE that killed them? Is it UWAZURIKE that massacred them? Is it UWAZURIKE that killed them? So that is the question we'll be asking ourselves. And that is the question that who should be putting to UWAZURIKE. People that was massacred under your leadership, are you the one that killed them? So is he putting it to us now that he is the one that killed those ones that are massacred under his leadership? If he comes up to say that people that are being killed for asking for their right, that is Mazi Nnamdi Kanu that killed them. So those ones that died under Mazop, is it UWAZURIKE that killed them? UWAZURIKE need to answer to us. Maybe they are the one that he used to make ritual money that he is enjoying today. Or maybe he is the one who intentionally planned for the killing of those our heroes. With those our heroes, with those our brothers and sisters, maybe UWAZURIKE is the one who mastermind their killing. That is why he should have the boldness, knowing exactly, because knowing exactly what he did when he was leading our people, and they are being massacred at Fege, Onisha. It was in my presence when Mazop were massacred by soldiers, by Nigerian soldiers. Nigerian soldiers were sent to massacre our people at Fege, Onisha. They were massacred. So is it UWAZURIKE that killed them? Because he said that the people who die under the leadership of IPOB is Mazi Nnamdi Kanu that killed them. So people who die under his leadership. So he's not telling us that he's the one who mastermind the killing of those young men who were massacred at Ezu River, who were killed by politicians, who were killed by Nigeria. So it was his plan with the politicians to kill our people. So this is the question that I'm putting to UWAZURIKE, and these are the questions that I'm saying here, that Biafran should go and ask UWAZURIKE, those who die under your leadership, are you the one that killed them? He should give account of how he connived with the military and how he connived with the politicians to kill our people. He owns that question. Mazi, go on.
Yeah, so Mazi Solomon, I'm trying to see how I can get this clip where Mazi Nnamdi Kanu actually talked about how UWAZURIKE wanted to destroy the cenotaph, and he was talking about how to resist, that it must be resisted. Now, the cenotaph that was built for our people, for example, people that lost their life during the war, UWAZURIKE was not comfortable with it. The people that died under his command, he never remembered them. He no longer even talk about them. But today he's accusing Mazi Nnamdi Kanu of leading our people to death, Mazi Solomon. So it goes a long way to put the question, if really UWAZURIKE is fighting for Biafra, or what is he fighting for? Mazi Solomon.
Yes, that's why I have already sent my message. He needed to be reminded of people who died under his leadership. And our people need to ask him about those people. Why have he abandoned them and abandoned their family? Why had he refused to remember those people who died under his watch? And now, the same man is pointing an accusing finger to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. And the cenotaph that was built in order to remember all these people, he threatened to destroy it. The son of UWAZURIKE, he threatened to destroy the cenotaph that was built to remember our people who died in defending us, who died in making sure that we live, we see the light of the sun. He threatened to destroy it. And the son of UWAZURIKE today again, he's coming up threatening to destroy ESM. Threatening to destroy ESN, the son of UWAZURIKE. I am not very, very comfortable, and I might call off this very broadcast. Then we will come back, because we are really prepared that we will be playing the voice, because it's just, I don't want it to look like I am the one who is trying to cook up stories
Mazi, we have the voice. We have the voice of where was
that is the voice I need, because it's the voice that will motivate me to be here, so that they will hear it.
Before we take the latest UWAZURIKE, before we take UWAZURIKE of 2021, let us take UWAZURIKE of 2020 when ESN was launched. It is very, very important that we listen to UWAZURIKE, what he said when ESN was launched. Then we come back to what he said just yesterday.
I'm not taking in Lagos, in the West, and Hisbar in the North. We don't need those things in the Southeast. We don't need them. I'm being frank. If we really needed them in the Southeast, we would have had them. We would have had them. So all this playing to the gallery doesn't make sense to me. It's a caricature to our people. It's a laughing matter. It's laughable. You gather a number of youths in the bush dancing with a stick. Doesn't make sense. All these things have regulations. The Hisba in the North has the backing of the law. The Amotekun in the West has the backing of the law. They work with the police. They are regulated. If they arrest people, they hand over to the police. But if you gather people in the Southeast without the backing of the law, anything you do is a nullity. If you die in the process, your death is of no consequence. Our people should understand. Anything you do without the force of the law backing you is a nullity. I'm talking as a lawyer of over 30 years standing. Our people should learn. Our people should learn. The Southeast, if there is any threat, insecurity in the Southeast, I'm one of those to know. If anybody should talk about security in the Southeast today, UWAZURIKE should be one of them. Because no person in the Southeast today can come out to say that UWAZURIKE should take the back seat when the issue of security arises. Governors could talk of their own states, but I can talk of the entire Southeast because I have my members in every family. I have my security men in every family in the Southeast. I don't need to boast on that. Sorry if I'm so immodest on this, but I know what I'm talking about. Our people are crossing the red lines. I know what I mean. By assembling the young guys in the bush, for whatever reason, sends a wrong signal to the North that you want to hunt them, that you want to attack them. You ask yourself first and foremost, do you have the right? Do you have the right to arrest a Fulani herdsman or herdsman? You have the right. If you arrest him, who will you hand him over to? Our people should think. I know.
Yeah, Mazi Solomon, we've taken this clip of what UWAZURIKE said when ESN was launched. And he condemned, in fact, he said we don't even need security. He said we don't need security, we don't need ESN. Now, this is the new clip where UWAZURIKE is now saying that we need security. That the Southeast governor should go and hijack the Eastern Security Network.
Yes, what I suggest, the Southeast governors should take that ESN from him. The Southeast governor, because we need security. We are not saying that.
Mazi, when ESN was formed, he said we don't need security. That is, there is English that he used that is playing to the gallery. But now he's saying that we need security again. So Mazi, I don't know, what do you make of the madness here?
Um, Actually, we try to play these clips here so that people will judge by themselves, so that it will not look like we are trying to put people out of context. You are hearing from the horse's mouth. Wazurike, when I said like a leader, if you are following leaders, what you need to study about that leadership you are following, it is their ability to stay in one thing, their ability to stay in one thing, their ability to be able to say one thing and stand at it. So that is what you judge about leaders. Like the global world today, watching at Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, they are watching as the stability of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu towards his music or towards what he's saying. He was very, very stable. They have watched, the world has watched Mazi Nnamdi Kanu for close to 9 to 10 years now. And his message and the word has not bended a little. He said he is coming to make sure that Nigeria calm down so that the indigenous people can have the opportunity to renegotiate their coexistence. That his mission is to make sure that that country called Nigeria, where the indigenous people are trapped, is brought down. That is his mission. Since 2012 to 2001, he has remained on that one mission. He has used severally, because there is difference from mission and the strategy. Your strategy may change over the time, but your mission remain one. Your mission remain one. So the mission that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu told the world in 2012, from 2012 to 2001, is still the same. One mission, but so many strategies has been used, and the world are well educated on these things. And that is why anything anybody is conspiring against Mazi Nnamdi Kanu doesn't work, and the world are not seeing him different, because they have looked at him and he has remained consistent that Nigeria must come down. Even British has looked at him. This man have not changed a bit. His mission remained the same, despite every other strategies that has been exploited. He has exploited so many strategies: boycott of election, agitation, launching of ESN, building of Senate calling for remembrance of the heroes. Yeah, I am hearing you, Mazi. Can you hear me? Can you hear me, Mazi Pat?
Mazi,
is my network bad? Can you hear me?
I think that I yeah, I can hear you. I can hear you. I think that yeah, I can hear you. I can hear you. Of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu have made him predictable. You know, when a man remains consistent on one thing, you can actually predict where he's going. Can you hear me?
Yes, Mazipat, that's exactly what I am talking before you said you wanna before you come in, because I was saying that the world has watched Mazi Nnamdi Kanu remain consistent on his mission, because mission is different from strategy. First, when you have a mission, then you adopt strategies to accomplish the mission. Now, in the mission to in a way to achieve the mission of bringing down the country called Nigeria, so that the indigenous people can have an opportunity for referendum and for negotiating their coexistence in that country. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has remained consistent on that, on his mission, despite different strategies that has been applied. He has remained consistent, and that is what the world is watching. They knows what is Mazi Nnamdi Kanu mission, and any number of people, any number of casualties in this mission, the world has already known that the mission of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is not to create terrorism that will be threat to the world. That is not to create militant that will be threat to the world. That his mission is to bring down a contractions where indigenous people were trapped. So any casualties that happen in the course of this mission, the world has already understood, including Britain. They have already, that's why you see them, they remain calm, they are not talking, because they understood the mission of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. And because they understood the mission of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, that is why it was easy for them to be able to be doing damage control and some control measure that they are doing in support of Nigeria. But being that the falling of Nigeria is not something anybody on earth can be able to help, because the hand of the Creator is on it. It is already written that Nigeria will collapse in order for the indigenous people that are trapped in Nigeria to be free. So therefore, no matter how they try to prevent, Nigeria keep going close to collapsing. So the world has already understand, because the politics that are being played today, I must be playing with you, Biafrans. That is why you have to be going back to all the message of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, so you can understand when things are being done. Like in the last broadcast he made, he shut down the IPOB in UK. And the people, we are looking at it, they think that this incident of shutting down is just what happened or what has been happening. But in 6 years back, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu have said it, that any group of people, including any house, because the things has come down that so many people now wanted to make the families of IPOB as a social club, where they come to drag who is bigger than who, or who has money more than who, or who has a vocabulary more than who. And in so doing, they abandon the main objective, the main reason in which that family was instituted, to fight for the restoration of Biafra. So therefore, they put their personal need first. They now put their personal interest first, instead of the restoration of Biafra that made us to gather in the first place. So anything that is not the restoration of Biafra can never be condoned. This is the reason why Nnamdi Kanu left UWAZURIKE. This is the reason why Nnamdi Kanu left Spring Council of Elders. You cannot tolerate or accommodate anything you cannot gather Biafras and begin to fight for your personal interest and abandon the purpose which you gather the people. If you want to run social club, or you want to run ordinary fellowship, you can do that at your convenience. You can do that by yourself. Than gathering Biafrans in a particular place, then you abandon the reason why Biafrans gathered. Biafran has the house, the gathering in UK. You abandon it, and you are pursuing personal interest, and you put your stomach first, and you put your personal interest first. Then you don't want to exist. You need to be shut down. 2016, so that anybody who might be thinking that this thing just happened now, Mazi has said it in 2015, that any group of people Any house who put their personal interest first and put the need of their stomach first, we cannot work with them. We shut them down. I was expecting that very clip to play very smoothly so that you will hear it by yourself.
Yes, let's take this clip. Let's take this clip.
That will happen. If you want to go to Nigerian politics, please go to it and stay. We won't bother you. But you see, Biafra is holy. I don't mind how many wars I fight because of Biafra. You see, the name Biafra must remain pure, very clean, unblemished. We don't care what you do outside, that is your business. But when it comes to the name Biafra, it is clean. And we are here to do that dirty work of taking away all the murk and filth that UWAZURIKE has heaped on the name Biafra. It is a very difficult task. When I wear my t-shirt in Enugu and I go about, people look at me sometimes and think, oh my God, what is he doing with this Biafra? That is what they say. This Biafra thing you're doing, UWAZURIKE. And I said to them, no, this flag sustained millions of people for 3 years. This was the banner that they fought under. No single man can make the world forget that Biafran soldiers were the bravest that mankind has ever seen. That fought the whole world. Communism, capitalism, Christianity, Islam. We fought all of them here in this very soil. For 3 whole years, the only army able to do that cannot be tarnished. Their memory cannot be insulted while we keep quiet because of one useless criminal. Impossible. Impossible. All of you may tire. I don't care. I will not get tired preaching the truth, which is the gospel of Biafra. Impossible. I will never stop. Those around me can never stop. This gospel is life. Without Biafra, you are nothing. You are a slave. You are non-existent. You are inconsequential. Biafra is where you derive your essence and your relevance. The fact that you're a human being is because you are Biafran. Remove Biafra from you and you're nothing. You are nothing. That is what UWAZURIKE wants to do. To take away Biafra from us. To take away the kingdom of God on this earth, as Lucifer did. Do you think we are going to allow him? You must be dreaming. We don't condone evil. If I fall from grace tomorrow, which is impossible is inconceivable, I expect to be treated like a pariah. So those of you going to serve your land in elected offices when Biafra comes, you will know that you don't mess with Biafra. You just don't. You come, you serve her with everything that you have in your possession. If called upon, you will lay your life down for your country. That is what we expect of the new breed of soldiers we are assembling, not idiots that work with politicians. No, we don't want that. We don't want those who have been into political thuggery. No, we don't need that. We need refined men and women that understand the essence of Biafra. And that essence is that Biafra is coming in truth.
Yes, so Mazi, we've seen Mazi Nnamdi Kanu being so passionate about what he's talking about. When you see the voice, you see the passion in his voice.
In 2000, and Mazi always put it, Mazi was not broadcasting yesterday. This is 2015. 2015. His message. And after 6 years, he has not changed. That is what the world is watching. If he fall from grace, he expected somebody to treat him as trash, which he know he will not do. But if anything happen that he changes, that he expected that Biafran should treat him as a trash. This is his word. And he said, we are not ready to work with people who are not pure, who are not clean. This is 2016. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is saying it. Is saying this word, that people who put the need of their stomach and their personal interest first in restoration of Biafra are not worthy to partake in that mission. So if you hear that London is being, the UK is being shut down, refer this message in 2015. It has already been said that it takes people who are pure in heart. Now, read the book of Psalm. He said, who shall dwell in thy holy mountain? He said, a man who is pure in the heart. A man who is pure in the heart, and a man who swear against his heart and turn it back. Then you take an oath against you take an oath that is against your body, yet you decide not to turn back because you have taken the oath, you finish the mission. That is what Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is saying in 2016, that if people in UK should put their personal interests first.
Maz is 215 precisely.
That's what I'm saying. 2000.
Yes, and 15.
That's exactly what I'm saying. I said in 2015.
Yes.
6 years ago. If I don't know what you had before, but I was saying 2015. He delivered this message that if people in America should put their stomach first and their personal interests first, that they are not worthy. That house needs to be closed down. Any organization of IPOB house or any principal officer or somebody who has come out to serve Biafra that put the need of his stomach first and his personal interest first is not worthy to partake in the restoration of Biafra in 2016. So why we are bringing this thing up is that
Mazi,
we want our
216. You keep saying 216.
Mazi Nnamdi Kanu always.
You keep saying 216, so you have to correct it. It's 215, so that people do not get confused.
Are you hearing? Are you hearing two?
Yes.
Are you hearing two? You are hearing 216. Okay.
Yes.
What I mean is 215.
Okay, go ahead.
215.
Mazi, there is another clip.
2015.
There is another clip I would like to play to prove to Biafrans that Nigerian government knows what we are fighting for. But Nigerian government does not even know what UWAZURIKE is fighting for.
Before you play this clip.
Yes.
Before you play this very clip, please, I want to make this statement very, very clear. In the message Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was delivering 6 years ago, it simply means it doesn't matter how important you look to people. As long as your personal need and the need of your stomach is coming first, then your importantness or how people regard you to be important does not matter. You are not going to be allowed to partake in this restoration. That was the statement in 2015. His statement in 2015. So if you're a principal officer, if you're a serving officer, we are not taking away the fact that everybody that joined this movement must have make one sacrifice or the other. And nobody also is going to deny them of being Biafra. But for the restoration project, you can never partake on it. Remember, God is the God of principle. And the world also are very, very interested in the humans who are principle people. The world cannot depend or follow individual who are not principle, who cannot stand on their word, who will talk A today and tomorrow you talk B. Remember, the world are watching Mazi Nnamdi Kanu today. They know his mission. Any day Mazi Nnamdi Kanu deviate from his mission, he will totally become irrelevant. The world will not be interested. You can never see anyone talk about him. Any day he deviated, because the reason why you are seeing the world respecting him today, because they know his mission and he has remained consistent to his mission, and they are monitoring him that any day he deviated, because this is what he said he believed, and this is what he said that God has called him to do. So therefore they are watching him all the way, and he has remained a man of principle. A man of principle. It doesn't matter how cherished you are as his friend, as how close you are with to him, then you can never be counted first when it comes to restoration of Biafra. He's ready to lose your friendship. He's ready to lose your relationship when it comes to his mission. This is the man of principle. Remember Moses, for the instruction that God gave to him, as close he was to God, because God is God of principle, he asked Moses, speak to the rock. Moses, out of frustration, hit the rock, and the God said, you will see the promised land, but you will not enter it. Imagine such person who is close to God. God has spoken to him face to face, that people who has not heard God spoke, they have the opportunity to enter the promised land. But a man who has spoke to God face to face, and the God has passed in his presence, he saw part of God. But for being the God of principle, he stood on his word, and the Moses never stepped his leg into the promised land. So Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is a man of principle, and that is how you can acknowledge the men of God. It's not the people you are seeing around today parading themselves as your pastors, but they cannot stand on their word. Now, when people are not principles, don't depend on them, don't rely on them, don't make a choice of leadership with them. Leadership requires people who are principled, people who can took 20 years, people who you can try their word over years, and it is still accurate, is still the same. That is what the world respect. I talk with people of dignity from all over in this Australia. I make consultation, personal consultation, because I cannot fool myself. I'm not a fool to be coming here to be talking what I'm talking. And I have made people who are actually contributing to the advancement of this world today, and they have analyzed Mazi Nnamdi Kanu to me based on their own observations. They said any man after years that can remain in the face of challenges, in the face of intimidation, that can remain consistent like this Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, he's set to accomplish his mission. That over the study that people has made all over the world, the discovering of the scientists, they said there's nobody over years in the presence of challenges, in the presence of intimidation, that remain consistent over years in their mission, that has ever failed to achieve their mission. This is the reason why I am here. I know what I am doing. I am from the place where they call Anambra State today. I am from Okuzum. We cannot follow somebody because Odogu Odogu. We cannot follow somebody based on a sentiment. We follow everybody based on reality. If we follow you based on reality. We don't follow you by sentiment or by sympathy or empathy, because we want to pity you that you are alone. We want to follow you. Why should I waste my precious time that very way? No way. Every consultation that I made with Nnamdi Kanu, they are proving the same everywhere, that if somebody has remained consistent this way in his word, and they have tried, even in the presence of intimidations, has tried to implement the worst strategy, the war strategy with the kind of resources that he has, then that simply means that that person will live to achieve his mission. That is scientific proof that people who has remained consistent, they always achieve their mission. And that is the category in which the world are putting Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. So all these things that UWAZURIKE are trying to put, people are playing the politics that they want to blame, they want to use the blame game on Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, that 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 people come to ask for their legitimate rights. Agitation that is happening everywhere in the world. We saw America when they come out that the life of Black life matter. We see such a forceful agitation. Yet the people were not killed, the people were not massacred. But in Nigeria, for people coming to ask for their legitimate right, you kill them, and you raised up some saboteurs to start doing blame game politics. That is because of the calling out of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu for us to come and agitate for our right. So therefore, the blame that what happened to us should be put the blame on him. Despite all the things that he has done to prove to us that what we are doing is legitimate, they still want to blame him. They want to justify Nigeria, who has used all the illegal application to stop a legitimate agitation. That instead of them putting the blame where the blame should go, they wanted to shift the blame, so that they want to confuse the world. They are playing the game to confuse the world, to see that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu as somebody who is actually his activities is bringing death on people or bringing destruction. But the world has already known the truth. And that is why I am here to play the politics with you. And we come with more proof. UWAZURIKE, people who die under your leadership, have you given account of them? So you conspire to kill them. We now, and we ask about them in your hands, because we are Biafra. The people that died are our brothers, our husband, our sisters. They are our fathers. So we are going to ask for them in your hand. So I want you to mark it down. Now, another thing I want to say, because Mazi is ready to play another clip for you. Because why I'm making this point is because if you have not started making your own research, don't depend on what they are doing, because there is a lot of politics you may not understand that is playing out in the internet. And once you fail to understand that very politics, you will think that it is real while they are trying. Like these days, we have seen Fulani pushing forcefully for their agendas over these 6 years to establish Fulanis in every nook and corner of Nigeria, so that at the end it will be said that Fulani come from all that, there is Fulani all over the place, and they will follow you to be dragging your ancestral land. And that is why they are planting them on the bush, and they are pushing hard on this very agenda. Now, the people, ESN is launched to bust the agenda, and the agenda is being bust all over the country. Now they are returning home to now change the narrative. They start playing the politics of changing the blame, that they want to start that is not all Fulanis. They want to start from the Fulanis that did it, they are foreigners. And the same foreigners, now they wanted to give amnesty. Now they are pushing that one, and they are pushing it to tell you it is not all Fulanis. It's not all Fulanis. There is good Fulanis. They want to change the narrative, but they have been forcefully pushing. And these people today who are telling you that all Fulanis, there is good Fulanis who are not involved, they see when these things are happening, they didn't speak out as they are speaking out today. And because it has hooked them, they are now coming to play the politics and paying all the medias. If you don't do your own research, you will be trapped in their agenda. That's why we are bringing this type of programs to you, that your eyes should shine well. Now, there is a last interview that was made to Femi Kaede. The media man who was making that very interview to him, he said something. He said, it seems like Nigerian politics is a barakataba. The more you look, the lesser you see. Be very, very careful. Make your personal research, because this is what will make you to be original and pure in heart. So you will not be following the game that people are playing in the social media. So you can be able to be pure in heart as a principal officer, as an IPOB member, as ESN boys, as in whatever aspect you are supporting this very project, so you remain pure in heart, so you will not be contaminated with the media game and the politics that are being played. That is why we are coming up with these very programs to you. If somebody has remained consistent for years, he has remained consistent in his message, you must know that that person is about to achieve his mission. But anybody who will come, we are coming today, we are who will tell you one thing today and tell you another thing tomorrow, such person is not reliable, and to achieve that person's mission is impossible. Thank you, Mazi Pat. I know I have taken your time, but I needed to explain myself.
Mazi, your analysis are straight to point. Now, what I want to talk about consistency and the world knowing what you want. First of all, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu have said that his mission is to destroy Nigeria, and Nigeria knows it, and he has not stopped in saying it. But when it comes to the issue of UWAZURIKE, Nigeria don't even know what he wants, because today he's in Nigerian politics, tomorrow he's talking about Biafra, and there is no way Biafra can stand if Nigeria is not destroyed. Now, we want to look at Lai Mohammed's position to tell you that Nigeria knows what IPOB and Nnamdi Kanu stand for. And it is clear here on what Lai Mohammed said on this clip. Let's take a look at it.
My question to you, Honorable Minister, is what is happening in terms of the armed bandits and the activities in the northwest part that has completely distorted the socio-economic life of most people and threatened the national security of Nigeria? Does it not qualify for these persons to also be declared as terrorist organization or be proscribed? Because you may say we don't know them by name, but the state governors in this region are engaging these people on a daily basis, granting them amnesty, taking pictures with them.
You see, this, what I'm going to say will not be popular, but it's the truth. When a group is championing a cause for the disintegration of Nigeria, a group like IPOB does not even recognize Nigeria as a state, sets up its own army, and says it is a sovereign state. It's different from bandits and criminals. Please, don't compare apples with oranges.
But are they not threatening the sovereignty of Nigeria by taking arms against citizens of Nigerian states?
Security challenges is one thing. Challenging the very sovereignty of Nigeria is a completely different thing. Please.
Mazi Solomon, now you can see that despite all the name calling against Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, Nigerian government takes him seriously. Nigeria knows he knows what he's doing. Mazi Solomon, now, for those who really genuinely want Biafra,
do you know why?
Who are you going to? Yes. Mazi, now Lai Mohammed,
why? Lai Mohammed that is sitting down there.
Lai Mohammed
they have
Mazi, Maze, let us look at it from this angle. That Lai Mohammed is telling you that IPOB is a legitimate organization that wants Nigeria to be destroyed. I don't know if you understand what I'm saying. I don't, that IPOB want Nigeria, that they don't recognize the sovereignty of Nigeria. That means that if you genuinely you want Biafra, you should be in IPOB. I don't know if you understand what I'm saying.
Mazi, the point there you have to see from Lai Mohammed that is sitting down there to argue the issue of IPOP and why IPOP should be dissolved is not that he's saying things by himself. The Nigerians, as you are looking at, is a nation, is a sovereign state. They have people who they consult, people internationally, people, they are doing consultations. They are telling them, they are analyzing every challenge of Nigeria. They know that the kind of mission that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu back on, they have already analyzed Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and the IPOP to them, and they know that these people who has remained consistent over these years have almost 99% chance of achieving their mission in Nigeria. They have 99% chance to achieve disintegration of Nigeria. Lai Mohammed know that is going to happen as long as IPOP is consigned. So it's just matter of when. It's just matter of when. He knows that it is a mission that will be achieved. The consultation, the consultant that they are consulting all over the world is telling them the same thing. Like what I said, some of the people I consulted, they are telling me the same thing. They are telling me the same thing. Remember, who has that kind of boldness if it's not somebody who is determined? If it is not somebody who is not ready to shift a bit from his mission that can participate in NSAS, the way Mazi Nnamdi Kanu participated and said things that he says in the internet before the world. Before the world. Do you think today that if the world did not understand the mission of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, that the statements that was said at that very time, it should not be discussed today? But they know that they understood the mission of this young man, and they are seeing him at that point of his mission. At that point of his mission, that this is what you told us in 2015. This is what you told us in 2013. This is what you told us in 2014. This is what you told us in 2016. This is what you told us in 2017. This is what you told us in 2018. This is what you told us in 2019. Even while you are in the prison, this is what you are telling us. The world has seen him from that point of his mission. That somebody who has remained on his word over these years, that there is nothing. British knows that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu will succeed in disintegration of Nigeria. It's just matter of time. It's just question of time. They know that this is something that will happen because there was nobody who has remained consistency that way according to scientific proof that has failed. Everything that we see today is as the result of people being consistent in their research, in their discovery. You might apply before he achieves his mission. He might try 1 million strategies. In those strategies, his mission remain intact. His mission, because in pursuing of your mission, like trying to solve arithmetic problem, you might use different formula, different method, but your mission is to give answer to that very particular thing to that very particular arithmetic composition that you wanted to solve. That is mission. That is mission. When you remain consistent in your mission, you might use 1 trillion strategies. But what the world is looking at is not the strategies you use, because some of the strategies they may counter it. Let's assume you are in the field of war. You can send your aircraft or fighter jet and your opponent can shut it down. That is a strategy, but you didn't succeed. You waste money. But it's just a succeed. It is not the ideology. It is not the mission. The mission is still disintegration. The mission is still bringing down Nigeria, bringing down the constitution of Nigeria, and he's trying to implement everything that will make it happen. That is how the world is viewing him. That is how the world is seeing him. And that is what an intelligent man like Dele Mohammed has examined. Because do you know why you cannot stand up for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is when you have not done your personal research. When you have not done your personal check balancing. That is why you will be messing up around Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. That is why you will think that everything is about you coming to occupied position. You haven't done your personal research. When you make your personal research, you contrast and you compress, you will come to the stand of Dele Mohammed that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is autokadum, because he knows so many things that people, when you contrast, when you check and balance, you will see many things that people have done, people have said without implementing. And Nigeria is where he is today because they say a lot of good things in their media, in their analysis, but zero implementation. But Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has always implement. He always implements. So the world, that is how the world is seeing him. And anybody who is around him that is playing today, that is not ready, no matter how close you are, we have watched him, the world has watched Mazi Nnamdi Kanu lose close friends. Close friend. He lost his mother and the father over his mission. Still, he is not backing down for anybody. Still, he's not backing down for anybody. He has been called names. A whole nation oppressing you, suppressing you, challenging you, doing everything. In the presence of those challenges, you remain consistent. That is the fear Britain have today. That is the fear the world has today. They are waiting, the world are waiting at the time, finally, when they will clap for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. You think people don't have sense? You think you control people, you control the world with futile lies? You can come, that what you want to use to confuse the world is for you to come and say, Nnamdi Kanu is a scammer. He's running for his own company. You think the world is so cheap. Nnamdi Kanu is autocracy. I want you to watch that very broadcast in 2015. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu said, no democracy. Oh, I will wish Mazi Pat can play that very point. I want you to hear from the horse's mouth. So you understand at the point where the world and the intelligent people who are behind Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, because you must go and make your personal research like Dele Mohammed. You must, even if you're a principal officer now, why you are gossiping, why you are not too sure, why you are shaking it, because you have not taken time to make personal research. In pursuing a mission, you can have 1 million strategies. You can apply 1 million strategies. You might not succeed in all of them, but your mission remains the same, and you remain the same, and you remain consistent towards your mission. That is the point where the world are looking at Mazen and the Kanu. you think Dele Mohamadu, just because he made the Mazen and the interview Mazen, is it today he start interview? He even interview sitting governors, which he could make their friend, and they will be giving tips and they will be giving money. How much do you think he can get? Do you think he can get anything from Mazen and the Kanu? But he make his research. He didn't just come out because he want to broadcast or he want you to see him in the Facebook, but because he has researched the way I have researched, and I keep researching. Anything that is happening, I go to people, I pay for consultations. I sit down with people who were intelligent, people who were saying what is happening in the world. They give me answers to matters, to issues. So it's not about you being zonal coordinator, about you being a principal officer. What research? Why you are playing game the way you are playing? Why you are putting your stomach first to this very mission is because you are not making personal discovery. You are not consulting personally. You are oh yes person. You are oh yes person. You are weak as a person. You don't have will. You don't have personality. That is why you are not too sure. That is why you are not too sure. That is why you are waving. If you are making personal consultations, you would have come up with truth. You would have come up like Dele Mohammed, that Mazen Nandekani is Otokadum. It's not because he has not made mistake or because he has not applied a strategy that did not work. No, but he has checked him. He has checked him. He has made the request, and they put him in the world contest, and they put him in a scientific contest, and they find out that with the example of what has happened on this very earth and what has been happening on this very earth, nobody like this that has failed to achieve his mission. That is at the point where Dele Mohammed told you that he's Otokadum. He's Otokadum. He's Otokadum. But the people today, because they don't have this ability to make this research, they are basing their complaint on a strategy. When a strategy fails, you blame your master. You blame your master. But the strategy was put in place in a good way to succeed in their mission. And if anybody should explain to you what strategy is in a mission, there is no strategies in a mission that does not have 100% risk of failure. 100% risk of failure. It is individual who will manage that very strategy before it can succeed. There is no perfect strategy anywhere. Anyone they give you, this is the best, is just like somebody has taken his time, suffer, make sacrifice to try it, and they be able to connect the dot and give you that one and say 50-50. But any strategy you will manufacture by yourself, it is 100% risk. And the only person who can manage that risk is you who are involved. And at the cost of managing that very risk, you might record casualties. You might record casualties. But what people view you on is this: your consistency to your mission, that despite the failures, the breakdown, the fall down, the badge, you remain consistent with your mission. That is where Nnamdi Kanu is beating his equal hands down. That is why the world give him attention and they don't give others attention. How can you give people who were not stable in just few years? They are not consistent. Principal officer, Biafra today, Nigeria tomorrow. Asile. The world cannot trust you with anything. You must have an ability to manage crisis and remain firmly in your mission. manage crisis, manage pressure, and remain consistent and remain firm in your mission before reasonable people can start responding to you. That is how it happens. Make your personal research. Make your personal research. Mazi part of that clip for 2015, can you be able to play it?
Mazi, I want to give me a little time. I'll be playing that clip. Just let's take the clip from the beginning. It's going to be a repetition, but it's going to talk more about the strategies here. Let's take a look.
We don't care who you are, as long as you put money first before the freedom of your people. As long as you put the needs of the stomach before that of the restoration of your honor as a nation, we don't have any business with you. Never. People sometimes think we can waver, considering the amount of pressure. Why are you not in good terms with this group? Or that because you people are bad. Very, very bad, and we can prove it to you how bad you are. We've tested all of them. Only very few, handful of them. And those are the people we are working with. They will not fail their country. They will work with us. They will ensure that our cenotaph is safe. Our brief to them is simple. If anybody comes here, I want to see the dead body. I want to see the dead body of anybody or group of persons coming close to our cenotaph. Because most of our soldiers died in the battlefield. They were not buried. Most of them perished. The children fell from their mother's arms and died. Some people were walking, they couldn't walk anymore. Where they slumped to the ground was where they died, and the rest of the family continued walking or running to safety. Children were killed, their skulls smashed open because their cries threatened to give away their position. They don't have any graves, all of them. Do you know where their grave is? It is at our cenotaph. Therefore, that place is the holiest piece of land we have anywhere in the world. If you have not formed the pilgrimage to our cenotaph, you are not a Biafran. You have not begun. Everything we are doing has spiritual symbolism attached to it. Everything that we do. That is why we must maintain a balance between the spiritual and the temporal. That is why we must march forward proclaiming the truth. If you are a truthful person, we shall work with you. If you are somebody having designs on money, how much you can get to bring your corruption into what we are doing so we fail, you are mistaken. If you have come here trying to bring aspects of Union meeting into Biafra, in other words, after 2 weeks you start looking for leadership or you want to be leader, you don't belong here. You will be removed, because here you serve under every principal officer appointed to serve their country. Yesterday I announced it here, a complete and total restructure of what we are doing. We now have the Elders Advisory Council, the Directorate of State, the Army Council. I have a Chief of Staff reporting to me direct. And then you have my office. One chain of command, not two. One, only one, from where every instruction.
Yeah, Mazi Solomon. So
one chain of command.
Yes.
You think men just come to play? We are in the state of war. No democracy. Because democracy is very, very corny. Very, very corny. He said, we are in the state of war. It's command and control. Under one command. That is what they failed to do before the war. Our leaders in Igbo land failed to bring all the people in the old eastern region under one umbrella, Igbo, for political purpose.
They fell. Ojukwu came in 1966. They declared Biafra to bring everybody together under one umbrella for political purpose. They fought him tooth and nail. They fought him tooth and nail. We fell. Now Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has come and he's telling you democracy cannot work at this very time. Where we have to take action, people are now going now walker, now bogusi, now basele. Nwoke kwesịrị ịdị na-apụ hapụta obodo ya na-ama jikijikijiki. Obodo ya na-ama jikijiki. Then hanoduzi na pito, picky here, picky. What use are they? For the Bible says that if a salt loses his taste, he shall be thrown out as a shaft. Those men who cannot be consistent, can never be trust with anything. It doesn't matter how the name they answer, how close they look, as long as you are not such a man that can take pain and hold the pain, that in the presence of persecution, in the presence of suffering, you are still confessing one thing. If you are not such a man, what use are you for Biafra? Any department you are leaving should be shut. Any department that you are leading should be shut down. Should be shut down. If you can never be consistent, even in the presence of persecution, suffering, rejection, if you can never be consistent with pain, that I have once said here, that people who brought the gospel of Christianity to the world, they die as if there is no God. So many of them, they died, their blood was split, and they are calling Jesus and they are calling God, but they die like there is no God that answers prayer. They die like there is no God that can save people. But even in the midst of persecution, the Bible says, he that endureth to the end shall wear the crown of glory. You need to be a man when you have the capacity to endure suffering for a mission that you have embarked. And Jesus said, any man who put hand on a hole and turn back is not worthy to be his disciple. You think Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is playing? If God did not send him, nobody can take the kind of stand that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is taking. Nobody can bet with his life to implement what Mazi Nnamdi Kanu implements. People like Dele Muhammad, who said he is a Tokadum, is not based on his likeness. Some of you will say he's a fine boy, he's a yellow pawpaw, he's what? Dele Muhammad does not base his judgment on his look, but he bases his judgment on his finding over the years, and the place it scientifically, politically. Nobody has remained consistent like that in the world that failed to achieve his mission. So you that are principal officer, that are checking, John the Baptist introduced Jesus. He told the world, this is the Son of God that taketh away the sins of the world. Hear you him. I am not worthy to lose his sandal, the shoe that he is wearing. I am not even worthy to lose the shoe. Talk less of wearing the shoe. Because that was the statement.
Mazi, just like Ucheme first told us to start calling our leader, supreme leader. Go ahead. It's important you point.
John said, I am not worthy to lose the sandal that he's wearing. Simply means that if he's not worthy to lose the sandal, he's not worthy to wear the sandal. Somebody who introduced Jesus that very way, still when he find himself in the prison, he doubted. and he now has to send even Holy Ghost. The Bible said he was in that river. A voice from heaven was speaking, and John was hearing the voice. So God was speaking loud. This is my beloved son. Hear you him. John had it very clear. When he find himself in a prison, he put his stomach first. He put his personal interest first, and his eyes get blindfolded that he now could not recognize the man that he introduced, and the Holy Ghost introduced the man in his presence. He now blindfold. He has to send to people, please help me go and confirm, is he the one, or we are expecting another one? Then what happened to you when you are introducing him? So you that has been there with the Holy Ghost, working with Holy Ghost and baptizing other people, so you don't know again the voice of God, you don't know again the voice of the Holy Ghost, you are now in doubt. Because do you know why? Now what happened to John is not that he couldn't recognize Jesus that he introduced by facial, but the strategy that Jesus was using was alien to him. His strategies he was using to achieve his mission on earth, John cannot understand anymore. Because John is wondering, if this man is that man that I introduced, why should I be in the prison? He never even come. He never even come. But he doesn't know that why Jesus doesn't want to come is because he doesn't want to interrupt God's program with John. He wants John to fulfill his mission while he was on the earth, and for him intervening is to interrupt the mission of God, or the will of God over John's life. And because John could not get that strategy, he complained. And that is what is happening to so many principal officers who are the child of circumstances anyway. It's just that there is nobody who is there to do it. That's why they get in there. And when they get in there, and now they see loyalty, and now they see power, and now they see authority, now they wanted to hold it with two hands. They even start forming cabal that will help them to sustain their position in this agitation. But in 2015, Mazi has already told them that anybody who put his personal interest first is like in Samaria. Anybody who put his personal interest first and put the need of his stomach first is not worthy. Is not worthy. Now John, because he did not get the strategy, or because the strategy was not going in his direction, he criticized the strategy, and because he criticized the strategy that Jesus was using, his eyes get blindfolded. He has to send some disciples to go and confirm, are you the one?
Mazi, the John is the Uchemefo of our time. Let's take this clip.
The Army Council, I have a chief of staff reporting to me direct. Like then you have my office. One chain of command, not two. One, only one. From where every instruction, every direction, every advice, everything possible must flow from, because there has to be order. We are in a state of war, technically speaking, and in a state of war, there are people, you have a war cabinet. You don't have democracy. It doesn't exist anywhere. Because when you have democracy, 2 or 3 people can huddle together and they want to do leadership election. When Biafra comes, you can have all the time in the world to do your politics for 10, 15 years if you want to. Right now, we want to go and get Biafra. We would not allow anything at all whatsoever to derail this approach. We are focused on this very issue like a laser beam. That is why we expect every genuine Biafran, everybody that came out on the 30th of May, that even as of today, they said, oh, did the CNN? No, Associated Press and Yahoo on their own news page reported the 30th of May that Biafrans remember their dead. Associated Press reported it. Associated Press and Yahoo reported it on their own, thanks to the job done by our people in Thessaloniki in Greece. The picture they used is the picture of our people in Thessaloniki. I believe that is where Namdo Budechi is. That was the picture that Associated Press used to report it. Who told
Yes. So, Mazi, so the tool you
Thank
were
you.
looking for, I've been able to make it available. And
Thank you. And
you can
this
take it
is
from.
just the point. Just the point. You need to hit the nail on the head. Because before people are there, now who is even getting more possessions by that activities of your mouth? Who do you think you want to confuse? You can only confuse people who are illiterate. You can only confuse people who are mentally ill. You can only confuse people who are mentally destabilized, who has sanity, who has mental issues in their brain. The world doesn't get your point. Though you might think that people are viewing you, look at you might shake 50 people has viewed. They only view to get out your stupidity. They are not counting on what you are saying. They are not counting. How can somebody who was there when Mazin Nandekan was making this broadcast answering him, Sasa, you are my leader? How can such a person be so stupid to come and say, hey, he's accommodating violence and sponsoring violence? What is different from what he's saying in 2016 and what he's saying in 2001 that you are there? That you are there calling him
It's important.
spring
It's
leader,
important.
oversee leader, all-round leader, or Hamadike and all that. What the world are looking at you are saying, what is different from what that man was saying in 2015 when you are there collecting loyalty, collecting or whatever benefit that you have to be collected, and in 2001 you are coming to say
2021, Mazi.
2021. Sorry,
Yes.
if onye ala si na bụ bụrụ onye ala bụ ọzọ na-abịa nya na-ekwupụ ọzọ na-abịa n'ọnụ. Sorry that you guys understand. I was too much loaded in my heart that so many times when I come here to offload my brain in my quiet time, if you call me, Mazi Pat knows why he kept me here. He knows why he has been speaking with me. He knows that whenever he called me, I will put to analyze issue bit by bit the way that he can understand it, because I refuse to run empty. I refuse to be one of the stupid people who are coming to join the number. I'm coming to stand out. I have reason for being here. I have a lot of job. I'm in Australia. Even job is killing me. Why should I even taking out my time to be coming here to be speak and addressing issue in the first place, while I have all the time to make money with it? But for me to come out and be saying what I'm saying, that means I'm doing my personal research. I am not coming to join numbers. I'm coming to stand out. It's not by tomorrow. Why didn't you make your fat? Why didn't you make your fat right before joining? Than joining later, like some people who say IPOB doesn't have structure. They don't. But you, educated fool, you refuse to make your fat right. You join. You come to media. Go to tomorrow. You are coming with another statement. Do you think the world listening to people like you? Why should you join without making your fat right? Without taking down your fat? If you claim you are educated, if you claim there is doctorate degree behind you, how can you join organization without making your fat finding right? You join. After you have joined, then you start calling story. Can I sign a contract, even common contract with for work here? How can I sign a contract without reading through? Without finding out if what I'm signing is in my own benefit, if what I'm even to the extent of taking to my lawyer for interpretations of some certain things that I may not understand. Why you said you educated? Why is your education did not help you even to that very point? And after sometimes you will now come out when your personal interest is not supported or sponsored, then you will come out. You will start telling people you want to use your position to intimidate. You think men like us listening to you? I don't follow people who are not stable. You can have an idea of a strategy, but that does mean that you are stable with the mission.
There is ideas everywhere. Do you know how many ideas that run into people's brain? Up to 3 million in some seconds. In some seconds. We have different ideas. We have different strategies, but that does not mean that you are consistent with that you have consistency in your mission. That's why they say jack of all trades, master of none. A rolling stone that gathered none. Men don't follow you, so you will know why you are downfall. You will know the reason for your downfall. Men doesn't listen to people like you who were not consistent. That is your problem. That is your problem. And without you addressing this very issue, you must understand what is your mission. What is your mission? First of all, your mission you must spell out before you start. You must make the world understand your mission. That is what they are counting on. Oh, this is what he came to do. And in the course of achieving his mission, he has used this strategy. It is the world know that strategy can never succeed. One strategy can never succeed 100%. They know you can fail in strategy, but they will not expect you to shift from your mission. Mazi said it. What we have is war cabinet. That is the only way to succeed. Bringing all Biafra under one command. Every advice must pass through that process so that advice can be filtered. Do you know that people can be advising you with bitter mind? Bitter mind. They can have been advising you, but the intention of their advice is for you to fail in your mission. And if the advice is not filtered, if their contributions are not well filtered, then you will destroy your mission. You will destroy your mission. Yes, you will destroy your mission. Because Ahithophel was advising David while his heart is with Absalom. While his heart is with Absalom. People can be advising you like Judas will come to tell Jesus, let's take this money and give. Jesus was not looking at the face of Judas. He wasn't looking at the face of Judas or what Judas was saying, but what Judas was doing and his face and his action is filtered by his intention. What God is looking is your intention. Some people can be close to you trying to advise you with bitterness, with jealousy, because their dream is for you to fail. So they will be advising you otherwise because they want to put you in a position of failing or shifting away from your mission. And once you shift away from your mission, then you become relevant. You become irrelevant before the world.
Amazi, the same people who gave you the advice are still the same people who are going to castigate you and celebrate your failure at the end of the day.
That is exactly, because that is what they want to achieve. They want the world just to view you, because I'm telling you today, if you are a man of dignity and you have a mission to achieve, spell out your mission to the world. Let the world knows your mission. Adinaba egwu agwala agba nwoke dị ndụ na-eku ume ọbala na-aga n'arụ a na-agba egwu ọgbala agba from nkwụ to ụkwa, from ụkwa to nkwụ, from nkwụ to ụkwa. What are the mission that you are spelling out to the world? What is your mission? He said Biafra, that Mazi said it. You heard him in 2016. It's either Biafra or all will be lower than to the earth. Either Biafra. And the way Mazi was saying this thing in 2015, all of them in UK were rolling on the floor. Mazi is their hero. Mazi is their savior. They are giving him all sort of name, trying to offend some people. Giving him name which he have never acclaimed to himself. His name is Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. The highest honor is Onyendu, which is a leader. That is the way he has ever introduced himself. Mazi has never introduced himself as a Homadike, as a savior, as a Onwa Buruburu, as a Onwa Netiwetu, Onwa Nawa, Onwa Nabanyenu, Onwa Nabanana, Onwa. He has never introduced himself in Radio Biafra, rather than the director of Radio Biafra London and Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, the leader of indigenous people of Biafra, which he is. That is just the simple way he introduced himself. But in 2016, people like that are giving him wonderful name, and he's telling them there is no democracy. There is no democracy. We are in a situation of war. All we have is cabinet. And he narrated it. They are calling him name, praising him in 2020, in 2021. Then they are now like John, sending some disciple, go and verify for us, is it this man or not? Because they misunderstood the strategy. Because they are not getting the strategy. Because they put their personal need first. Because they put their stomach first. And they are now confused. And that is when confusion.
Their certificate became important overnight.
Yes.
They put their certificate first.
You know, when confusion sets your head, you become a gossiper overnight. You will not have control over your mouth anymore. We don't know how this thing works, but that is what's frustration, lack of understanding. That is the kind of chemical that it can produce to your brain. You will not even know when you started. And that is why the Bible will always say, if one of your hand will take you to hell, cut it off. It's better you go to heaven. If it's better you go to heaven, amend, than having the whole of your hand. That means people have to be careful of what is coming up in their life, because they start gradually. Somebody cannot start madness in the full blow. No, it starts gradually. Maybe it can start by sometimes you laugh by yourself when nothing is happening. That is, madness is actually growing small, of which you have to even every sickness that grab people, he starts small with small sign before he go to the full blow. When this thing is introducing to your brain, jealousy, suddenly you begin to see yourself that jealousy is coming. That is the time you're supposed to take, or else if you allow it, it will disgrace you. It will disgrace you. If you see you have symptom of stroke, take care of it, or one day you will fall in the market. You will fall and do your hand like this in the market. It will disgrace you. It will disgrace you. If you see you cannot control your urine anymore, go to hospital, treat yourself, or one day in the open where you are facing crowd, you will urinate in your pants, and it will disgrace you. That is how jealous and the envy can do people. Principal officer, you come to IPOB as nobody. Today you are dragging power. Today you are dragging up. Today you are forming cabal. Today you are forming cabal. You want to form people that you want to use to sustain the authority, to sustain yourself, so that you become unmovable in that very position. Forgetting the message you had in 2015. And that message has not changed. The only thing that has changed from 2015 to 2021 is you. It's only you that have changed. The message has not changed. We plan not to spend too much time here today. Mazi Pat is very busy and will be catching up with a job which he needs to do urgently. And I will promise that when he chooses to bring me back into this very program, I will wish to be here. There is so many things that I have to say.
Mazi. I've seen comments. I've seen series of comments. But I want us to play a game, because it's very, very important. When people make comment, you show them what the authority, the people who say they are in authority, are saying. People will say, oh, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu have sold the struggle. He has joined Nigerian politics. He has done this. He has done that. He's not consistent. But let's take this clip once again of what Lai Mohammed have to say before we end this program. Because it's very, very important we drop this thing in the mind of our people, that Nigerian government knows that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is the problem they have. And if it was necessary for them to buy him over. Lai Mohammed will not be saying what he's saying in this clip. And on that note, we'll be rounding it up.
My question to you, Honorable Minister, is what is happening in terms of the armed bandits and the activities in the northwest part of that has completely distorted the socio-economic life of most people and threatened the national security of Nigeria? Does it not qualify for these persons to also be declared as terrorist organization or be proscribed? Because you may say we don't know them by name, but the state governors in this region are engaging these people on a daily basis, granting them amnesty, taking pictures with them.
You see, this, what I'm going to say will not be popular, but it's the truth. When a group is championing a cause for the disintegration of Nigeria, a group like IPOB does not even recognize Nigeria as a state, sets up its own army, and says it is a sovereign state. It's different from bandits and criminals. Please, don't compare apples with oranges.
But are they not threatening the...
Mazi, you see, there is somebody that have been commenting. There is somebody that have been commenting, you know, abusing our leader Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, you know, saying all sort of things on the comment section. And I dedicate this clip to that person to go home with it. Because if Lai Mohammed can come out with so much anger telling you that IPOB do not even recognize the sovereignty, how can you not go into Nigerian politics when you don't recognize the sovereignty of a country you are going into politics with?
Mazi, can I put these things as my last word? Actually,
yes, go ahead.
People are free. In every, like, the person is actually misunderstanding my explanation here and my analysis. The person is misunderstanding it. Listen now. Mission is different from strategies, and the people can be hot in a strategy. That is just true. In every strategy you apply to achieve a mission, you can hurt some people. You can step into people. You can step at people's toes. That is just the truth. So if you are one of them who has been offended based on a strategy that was applied. Let's assume, for instance, it is a strategy for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu to shut down UK IPOB family. It is a strategy. Do you think that that strategy didn't hurt people? He hurt people. And the people who were hurt by that strategy might equally turn against Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. But that has nothing to change in his stand with the mission. That has nothing. So that is what the world are examining. He is a principled man. It is not for the best of his own personal interest to shut the family. It is not. It is not for the best of his personal interest that we lose anybody, that 28 people die in his house. It's not for the best of his interest. But the strategy hurt someone. So anybody that has been hurt by the strategy since IPOB started can be in a position of that young man because he refuses to make some personal findings, personal research. They base the only thing they are waiting because they are empty brain. They, even when a strategy, when somebody put out strategy, they don't go beyond that strategy. They base their sentiment on that strategy. They don't go beyond. There is tendency. The man that produced Bob, we are told scientifically that he tried almost 99 ways and he could not produce Bob. But when they asked him, he said, I only find out 99 ways Bob cannot be produced. That is just the truth. Because this journey is not a journey of one day. It is a journey that has taken time. Do you tell me now that it should be for the best of the interest of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu to dissolve IPOB UK? Which you know that among these men, there are people who have paid sacrifice. When they come into this struggle, they are very genuine. And they have paid a lot of sacrifice. Some may not be living in a house they're supposed to be living today. Some of them might not be living a proper life that they're supposed to be living now just because of the sacrifice they have paid. It's not for the best of his interest. But the fact remains that anything that can come first in this struggle, anything that can come first is not allowed. That is not restoration of Biafra, is not allowed. That is the way Mazi Nnamdi Kanu saw it. And he knows that there is consequences. People are about to suffer. People are about to feel bad. But if you are a man of principle, you will take the decision and damn the consequences. This is how the world view people of principle. That is why you see Lai Mohammed shivering in that chair when it comes to IPOB, because you can't compare orange with mango. These are principle people. These are people who are consistent with their mission, and they have been analyzed that people who are doing things this way, nothing stops them from achieving their mission. So there is a level where Lai Mohammed is ranking IPOB. It's not the people you should treat lightly. They are not the people you should treat. They know the quality of IPOB. They know the quality of the leader of IPOB. The world are analyzing these people. They have the best consultants in the world. They are consulting here and there, and they are analyzing to them. They are analyzing Mazi Nnamdi Kanu every day. The day that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu started failing, they will analyze and tell Lai Mohammed. You will see from that day, somebody in the position of Lai Mohammed can never talk about IPOB, because they have already told them 1 and 2, 1 and 2, 1 and 2. These people are failing. But because they remain relevant, that is why they are talking about them and he's grading them. See, these people are brought someone IPOB because the world are analyzing IPOB today. You see, last time they dropped a statement that IPOB is paying high money to collapse Nigeria. That is reality. That is what their analysts, that is what the people, their consultants are telling them. Your country, you are losing your country. Look at this young man for doing things this very way. You cannot survive. You cannot survive his activities. And the world know it very clear that Nigeria cannot survive IPOB. That is the pure truth. That is the pure truth. Because seeing somebody who is leading that very mission, the world is analyzing that Nigeria can never survive IPOB. And they know it too well. They know it too well. That is why you are seeing roadblock here and there. They are putting great measure. But one thing they don't...
Mazi, to even send money to Nigeria now is a pain, because they believe that the money that is coming from diaspora that is funding IPOB is too huge. So they are trying to do Bitcoin. They are breaking down Bitcoin. They are doing everything possible to restrict financial inflow into the zoo called Nigeria. Mazi, I want to say thank you very much for the time you've given. And I promise that we'll be coming back.
Okay. So, and the Mazi part, I will also have to tell you that people who are, when we say that people are fool, it doesn't mean that I want to insult anyone. But whenever you have a responsibility in your hand and refuses to stand up to your equal to your responsibility, then you are regarded as fool. That means nothing is running in your brain. This person who keep commenting here, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is fooling all of you. I want you to go and make your own research. You are just being sentimental. You don't have the facts. You don't have the facts. Nobody is being fooled here. Do you understand?
Mazi. That is why I played Lai Mohammed clip. Well, Lai Mohammed attend the federal executive meeting. They interact. They have the SSS. They even work with international security, other international, security bodies. So from Lai Mohammed to cross his leg in a studio and tell you that you cannot compare IPOB to bandits. You cannot compare orange with apple. Then it goes a long way. We know that Lai Mohammed is a liar, but on this one, he told the truth. So somebody who is commenting on the comment section, trying to discredit what IPOB and Mazen Nnamdi can, goes a long way to show you that there are people who, even in the face of reality, they still try to deny the fact. And everybody knows that IPOB is at the verge of, why is it that anytime you talk about IPOB, everybody's fidgeting? Why have Nigerian government put so much investment in bringing IPOB down, in trying to bring Radio Biafra down, they have put in billions. If IPOB is not effective, like people are commenting, that Mazen Nnamdi Kanu is fake, or maybe he's not doing his job well, do you think Nigerian government will give him so much attention, Mazi Solomon?
People should rise up and walk like men. Don't live your life like women or liaku. Take little money. Go and consult. Don't just use Ufisi. A tree cannot make a forest. Don't think that na Ufisigi Zulugi, or you are following the sentiment of UWAZURIKE or sentiment of Ushemofo, and you are thinking that no. You need to go deeper than that. Okay? Make a research. Remove sentiment and make a research. Nigeria cannot survive IPOB, and that is why I'm here. That is why somebody like me can take out time to come here to talk. Go to my page. I don't have activities in the Facebook. Facebook is not my choice. Internet is not my choice. Ask Rosa Blue Jack. Ask him. He dragged me. I didn't go all the time when he started. I started with him. I'm on the ground. Go and ask him before they confuse him. And I tell him all the truth. I said, you need to separate yourself from all these people who are coming with sentiment. Look at the research, make consultations. Okay? So it has been for a very, very long time. I was busy when I was in South Africa. My dear, you don't talk anything. You don't talk anything. I don't believe on it. But when I begin to research, I said, wow. And I begin to talk to people who are not related, who doesn't even know you. They begin to give me reality. Not on the base of whether Biafra will come or whether Biafra. Look at activity, look at the message, look at the implementation. They said this is very dangerous. No nation can survive it. And there's no mission that cannot be accomplished with this principle. Life is all about principle. When you apply, follow the proper principle, you will get it. How can you get a child without marrying, without getting a woman? The principle is that you will get a woman. And once you are sleeping with a woman, that it is certain, is a mission accomplished, that definitely you will have children. That is the way things are being analyzed. There are certain principles that when you follow, you are assured. People, you cannot come to people like people to make a consultation here. Then you will be telling people that you went to church, that pastor tell you that you don't have a job, and pastor tell you that next year you will be next month you will be a billionaire. Everybody will say, get out of my office. There is something to analyze. For you to believe it is just to fool yourself. But when you see somebody who is hardworking and who can be able to save certain amount of money, there are certain principle and activity. When you bring it to somebody's table, he will tell you in the next 10 years you will be a millionaire. That is how things are being analyzed. Do you understand? You can't analyze things in empty space. Nnamdi Kanu is a fool. Nnamdi Kanu is a scammer. How do you come to that fact? Nnamdi Kanu is a lion. How do you come to that fact? What led you? How did you get that? How did you get that fact? How did you come? How did you arrive to it? That is how men calculate. That is how men calculate. That somebody can see how I'm working. You will give that person to analyze me. He will tell you that if I can work in a month and save $2,000 every month, he cannot analyze based on my activities and based on my medical conditions and the medical history. You bring my medical history, bring my activities and everything. It can analyze to you that definitely somebody who is as healthy as this guy and working this way and be able to accumulate the service of this thing, in the next 10 years, this person is a millionaire. That is how they analyzed. And this is how you know, man. You cannot come. Nnamdi Kanu is a scammer. How do you arrive to it? The world are not seeing what you are seeing. So that means that makes you a fool. because the world has seen a man who has told them their mission, and they are doing everything, and they remain consistent in that very, and every strategy to achieve that mission, he implements it. When answers come, it is opportunity to achieve his mission, he implements. He says what nobody has said, and the world are not looking at what he's saying. They are looking at the mission he's embarked on, that this man has remained consistent. So any casualty in the course of that, that very mission, the world are not seeing it that somebody die or somebody. They are not seeing it. They are just looking at it as a casualty in the pursuit of a mission,
which is part of the mission, because at the end of the day, even when you go to where bridges are built, the third mainland bridge was built to be able to create road. You know how many people lost their life in third mainland bridge in Lagos? When you go to construction companies where they are trying to build something, build a nation, build a future, people must lose their life. In a country where I live today, people made sacrifices to bring freedom. I have met a white man who told me, if you people want to get your freedom, go and take up arms. They don't even hide it. They don't hide it, man.
Do you know the latest? Do you know the latest? Is that Nnamdi Kanu have never left the world unnoticed. He 2013, 2014, he said they will kill us, and the later we will kill them, and then Biafra will come. He did not hide it that in this mission that there will be casualty. The world always knows that. They know, because in you to ask for such thing, they know the risk. They know the way black people think. They know the situation, the way they can analyze Nigeria to go close. Because there's not everything that I'm meant to say here. There is things that are in me, and it was given to me as a man, and that thing is the eyes that I'm using to see. Is that eyes is the mind I'm using to analyze. So there is a situation in a place which the world knows. They know Nigeria. They know how Nigeria reason. They know how Fulani reason. They know how Britain reason. Britain know how Igbo can reason in the next 1 million years to come. They mark you. They have a mark for your gene. They have a mark for your gene. In the 1 million years, if you said you are Igbo, they can analyze how you can behave. They can't. So what I'm trying to tell you is that they know Nigeria. They know that asking for referendum in Nigeria, it is a high risk. They know that asking for disintegration of Nigeria is a high risk, and in such a high risk there will be casualty. There's no way you can take it. There's no way you can eliminate, though there will be risk management, but you cannot. The analyst will tell you, the consultant will tell you, you cannot eliminate the risk. You cannot eliminate the risk. It's a high risk, and you can't eliminate it. There is nothing, there's no mathematics, there's no calculation that can prove that you can eliminate the risk, because there is some strategies that you can actually use on certain things and eliminate the risk in that very project.
A strategy, yes.
A strategy. But here in the strategy to ask for a separate nation for referendum in Nigeria, they have already know is a high risk.
Even go on at some point, say, are you people ready to pay the price? Go on. He said, are you people ready to pay the price? He said it.
So that is just it. We must understand that there is a risk. But what we are trying to do is to manage the risk, to be able to reduce the risk that are involved. All these people that are panicking is just because are you talking about Uchemofo? Tell me a project that Uchemofo has handled in his life. Which project?
Outside IPOB. Under the leadership of Nnamdi Kanu.
Which project has Obido Obieno handled in his life that is outstanding? All these people that are yamming mouth, apart from Iruanya getting a job and working in oil company, what outstanding project has he worked? Because if he is such a clever, he should supposed to be the president of Nigeria even before IPOB locate him. Leave all these people. Failures. They are trying to put the blame of their failure. Let them meet somebody like me. Let them meet men like me. When they meet us, we will sit them down. And we talk them that life is not about barabara. It's not about the vocabulary. Look at beautiful vocabulary full everywhere in Nigeria. Yet somebody without certificates, school cert certificate, is their
Sunday Boho. Even
Sunday
Sunday
Boho
Boho
is their champion. He's their hero.
Yes.
With their certificate, with their vocabulary. Look at them with powers they demonstrate in the church. They put vocabulary here and there. Now, Sunday Boho is the hero of the pastors who carry anointing. A native doctor. Forget all these things. The word are not okay. They tell us even Brigade. They tell us that he didn't finish his school far, and today he's determining what is happening in the world, and it's happening in his own way. He didn't feel. He's after that he has started shining that he went back to school. Maybe because he just wanted to help himself to with English language. But look at what he has succeeded, even without any certificate. The level he has succeeded. You think it's all about this Western education? What Western education does is to give you an opportunity for common sense. Give you opportunity for you to dig out to have common sense.
Still like that, many people still lack it, even with their Western education.
Because they stop at Western education. So their brain is that the only maths they can solve is that one that their teacher solve and give them the expo. That is the only one. That's why when you want to talk, he want to follow that principle of his own teacher. He never make use of his brain. He never know that thing that his teacher put like this, that somebody can put it like this and get the same result. They never make their own research. They say, when you want to talk, no. This is not what we are taught in a political science, political nonsense. Your people are dying. Your people are being raped. You are hoping on political science, political correctness. Come on to put things one and two together and solve a problem. So if you are telling me now that if they didn't bring aircraft, the wishes and the wizard in your villages, they have not been flying to America before the aircraft come. Now you have abandoned your own brain. You abandon your own brain. Now is according to what they teach you, and that is why black man is not developing, because what the Western education do is to give you an opportunity to go back to common sense, so you can be able to read, so you can be able to understand the language, so that you can be able to interpret and go back to common sense. Our people, we need to wake up. If you are a principal officer, don't say that this thing is happening now. Go back to all the messages that are preached.
Mazi, what happened in the UK is also a test of character, because those who actually have the spirit in this struggle, it will give them the opportunity to prove themselves as well, to see how patient they can be, to follow the process through.
That is exactly, Mazi. That's exactly. The people who are real men, who are genuine, they will march forward because they know what they come to do. Do you understand? It's just like that woman that killed her own child and steal another person's child and come before Solomon. You know, Solomon now used the tactics that he used in order to find out the truth, because his mission at that time is to find out the truth. So he chose that strategy. Is he about to kill the child? How can he kill the child in his own wisdom? But he used that strategy to find out. And did you know the woman who were not genuine say, kill, because he want everybody some of them, they want this.
That is why you see many of them, the moment they have misunderstanding with IPOB, they want to crash it. They say
They want
IPOB.
this mission collapse.
Yes.
That's what they want. They will tell you, kill up. Nobody's gathering. Then we go home. But the genuine people will march again. So when
Even,
next you will hear,
even in the midst of misunderstanding, if you are genuine, if you have genuine IPOB heart, and you are here for real struggle for Biafra, you wouldn't want anything that would want to damage IPOB, because that is the love you have for your people. The love you have, even when you are being insulted, even when you are being castigated. But when you see those people who never came with good intention, any little misunderstanding, they say, let's destroy it. In fact, Biafra should not
kill
come
the
again.
child. Let's kill the child.
Yes.
Let's kill the child. So, Mazi, please, can we entertain one or two calls, because Biafrans, we are requesting just one call or two call. One call or two call, then we round up. Okay, if it's not possible, can you talk to Biafrans, because somebody is requesting for that, and that could also be the request for so many other people who did not type it in their comment. So if you can't do that, Maz, let's wind down.
No, let's take one or two calls. Let's take one or two WhatsApp calls, and let's see. The number, I've just put the number on the screen, but in course of doing that, I want us to take this song. Just 1 minute break. I will be back.
Imana nwata chọba nke ya akpọbi ya ajọ mmadụ mana nke nwa ka nwa na-achọ Chukwu okike bụ ị na-asụ Chukwu okike so ga-eje na onwere ife ndị ya ga-eme ebe ba na-ebutere gị n'operation fighter dancing na onwere ife ọzọ ba ga-eme maka na ọchọ nke adị enwe ilo ụmụ Igbo ka ịchọ n'oge anyị ọ sị na ya marọ emesi aka na ị ga-amarịli emesi aka na ị ga-aghọta ndị ọcha achasị bute.
We are expecting for anybody who want to call in. The number is on the screen, +3938817796665. If you want to call in, because we'll be rounding this program down now. If you want to call in, call through the WhatsApp, only WhatsApp call, and we're not going to take more than 3 calls. While we wait for calls to come in, we'll be keeping on with this song and see if there will be callers in the next 1 or 2 minutes. And if there are no callers, we'll have to round up the program. Thank you very much.
Imana nwata chọba nke ya akpọbi ya ajọ mmadụ mana nke nwa ka nwa na-achọ Chukwu okike bụ ị na-asụ Chukwu okike so ga-eje na onwere ife ndị ya ga-eme ebe ba na-ebutere gị n'operation fighter dancing na onwere ife ọzọ ba ga-eme maka na ọchọ nke adị enwe ilo ụmụ Igbo ka ịchọ n'oge anyị ọ sị na ya marọ emesi aka na ị ga-amarịli emesi aka na ị ga-aghọta ndị ọcha achasị bute ọcha ha achasị bute nke ji ụlọ na Igbo erike ndị ji n'ịmaka ifi ji ego welepụsi ụmụnne ba unu godu ma na-agwa ụmụ Igbo ka eche ọnụ ka anyị.
Yeah, Mazi, we have the first caller. Hello, caller. Welcome to the program. Okay, can you speak louder, please, so that our people can hear you?
I'm calling from Indonesia.
For Henry from Indonesia. Welcome to the program. You have just 2 minutes to make your contribution, please.
I just want to say thank you so much for like I said in the comment section that when you see the righteous IPOB men, and when you see those attackers, So I just want to commend you people for your good work. And I pray that people can kind of continue to guide people and protect you people. Just name.
He said, thank you very much, Mazi Okafor. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Yeah, Mazi, calls keep coming in. We have another caller. Hello, caller. Welcome to the program. This is Biafra Television.
My name is Chidi Madam, calling from Hong Kong.
You're welcome to the program.
All right. I've been listening. I think this is the second time I'm following your program, and I'm really impressed with the work you're doing, and I really commend you the way you always come out to defend IPOB, especially with some ignorant people who come up on social media to start saying all sort of things that doesn't make sense in order to demonize indigenous people of Biafra or to attack our leader Mazi Nandikano. Just like the last time Deji was saying all sort of bullshit and you came out to challenge him, and the guy wasn't even bold enough to say what he was saying. Like he couldn't even challenge you, he couldn't even make any point reasonable. Like you trust him, and I love that. I want to comment on two things. One is about Uchemofo. Is it not now obvious that Uchemofo must have been working for MI6, like some people claimed? Because Uchemofo was the one who was busy telling our people in 2015 and 2016, take a picture, make a video of our people that was being mowed down by the Nigerian armed forces, and bring the pictures and bring the videos, and we're going to do this and we're going to do that, the international community and all whatnot. And since that time till this moment, no one had been arrested, no one had been indicted, no one had been tried or even charged or even sentenced for the killing of Biafrans. And Uchemofo, who claimed that that we're going to do something, because one thing I respect about Mazi Nandikano is that he doesn't stick to a particular thing. The moment he tried his strategy and it's not given the result that we are expecting, he automatically moved to another strategy. He's very much unpredictable. That is why we keep moving forward and marching forward. But Uchemofo is now tweeting, criticizing IPOB because we set up Eastern Security Network to defend ourselves. And he's now telling the international community to look into our activities, that this is a terrorist activity. But Uchemofo, all the period that Biafrans were being killed, you were demanding for pictures and videos, which were provided for you, and you haven't done anything with that. Your so-called international community that you're a human rights lawyer and all whatnot, you didn't achieve anything through that means, and you still want us to continue on that particular line so that our people will keep on being in that situation of being mowed down by the Nigerian armed forces. Now, the next thing I want to talk about is about UWAZURIKE. I suggest that our leaders should come openly and say that nobody should go after UWAZURIKE, because the way I see that man, I think all the money I've taken from the Northerners, promising them that he's going to do this, that he's going to stop IPOB, or he's going to stop ESN, or whatever you have been promising them, having meetings with them, all these for the way the man looks this time, I think that man is frustrated. I think these people are coming after him, and they may end up killing him, and they will start saying that it's IPOB or ESN. So I think our leaders should make it very clear that nobody should touch him. Let him just keep ranting, because I know that the people that have been giving him money have seen that he cannot deliver on the things that you've been paid to do, and I believe that they're going to take him out anytime from now, and the blame will come to us. These are two things I want to comment on, and
you're
I'm
right.
going to be a part of your program someday.
Okay. Yes, it will be very interesting. This is Biafra Television. The platform is open for every Biafran. If you want to be part of this program and you can talk to me through this same number after the program. Then we can schedule for you to appear on the program. This place is not exclusively for anybody. It is for those who have something to offer Biafrans, and you are all welcome to this platform anytime.
Okay. All right. Thank you, my brother.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Mazi Solomon, do you have anything to say?
Yeah, Mazi, thank you for your contribution. Then what I just wanted to respond to the issue he narrated, nobody should go against him, nobody should go against him or anything. The fact remains at this point, the IPOP under the leadership of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is not afraid of anything that anybody can do at any time. We are not afraid of what anybody can do right now. We have already passed all the stages. There is no single atom of fear in our eyes. Our strategies are intact. The one we use that refused to work will change. You see, Mazi in his last broadcast, he said all the people, they should destroy their SIM card and destroy their phone. That is a strategy. If we do, he doesn't work, we will change. We are not afraid. If they want to kill him, let them kill him. Anybody who want to kill him should kill him. We don't care. They have come with several allegations in the time past. They even in the upcoming, you can never imagine what they are planning to do now. But we are not afraid. We are already made up our mind to this mission.
Mazi,
whatever thing that comes, we have to take it. Take it. Thank you, Mazi.
Yes. Hello, caller. Welcome to the program.
Hello. How are you?
I'm fine. You're welcome.
This is Dr. Ogedu somewhere calling from United Kingdom.
Welcome to the program.
Just wanted to comment two of you. Your program, listening to it most of the time, and Solomon's analysis is also fantastic. So I just wanted to say, well done and keep up the good job.
Thank you very much.
Biafra must be free, and the Nnamdi Kanu remains the supreme leader of IPOB. Any person that does not feel good about this can go and hug a transformer, and that's the way I see it. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.
Thank you very much. Thank you for calling. Thank you very much. Yeah, Mazi, I think calls are beginning to pour in. I promise we're going to take only 3 calls, but let's take this last call. Hello, caller. Welcome to the program.
Hello.
Yeah, welcome to the program. You are going to be the last caller for today, and maybe possibly we might be coming back later in the day, Mazi, to continue from where we stopped. Possibly. Go ahead, caller.
Good morning, my brothers.
Yes, you're welcome.
Good morning.
Good morning. Welcome to Biafra Television.
Good morning.
Okay, you're speaking to Godfrey Buzeme. I have some cough. My throat is not clear, but I think you can hear me clear.
Yeah, we can hear you. Go ahead.
I commend you guys for all the analysis and everything you've been saying all along, and how consistent this group of IPOB has been. But one thing is that the Nigerian government does not understand that information is power, and a lot of information has gone around. Now, even the houses has been well educated. So all this misinformation that as they used to do it in days back, it's not gonna work out. I would address a little. My reason of calling, I've been calling platforms and they're trying to a certain opinion. Why this saboteuring is a very big business in Igbo land, in Biafra land, in Nigeria. Why saboteuring is a very big business is because it flourished in the past. It flourished and it flourished well in the past without consequences, without serious consequences. The area that anchors about these Biafra programs, how we can think of anchoring a program that can create a certain idea to our writers, Biafra writers, that serious books need to be written, because everybody in the name of saboteuring must go down in history, in a very serious form, in book form. I know the televisions, the recording TVs and all these things are there, but I think book is very, 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 would be very much encouraging. How these saboteurs who are people like UWAZURIKE and whatsoever would be remembered, because if you look at something like, let me use Judas Iscariot for example. Nobody will want to name his or her child Judas Iscariot. By the time we anchor program that can encourage Biafra writers to write book and remember people like Uchemebo, remember people like UWAZURIKE, who thousands of souls have died for the program he projected, and today the jettisoning all those people is a very big insult, and that in a way history can remember these people and never to go out anytime Biafra come, that this will be a history that will be in the curriculum of history.
Yes, your message is very, very clear. Thank you very much. You've exceeded the 2 minutes and you've even entered 4 minutes. Thank you for that contribution. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Yeah, so Mazi Solomon,
the only thing, I just want to comment one thing. You know,
yes.
So many of them, I used to listen to them calling Mazi, calling many different platforms. We need to deal with this. We need to deal with the saboteur. Anytime you come out now to deal with the saboteur, these same people, group of people, they should be the one that will start crying again. So if you are deal with by the time nation we start dealing with the saboteur, never you come to internet and started crying. That is one thing you just need to know. Our people should get their mind ready for the worst. There's no way it can be better than what we are seeing today. That is all you just know. IPOB are working. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is working. We know our pain. We know where it is touching us. But we must not use what will be last and make it first.
Mazi, we have a Biafran. We have a Biafran mother. That is going to be the last. I'm giving her the privilege because she's a Biafran mother, and we want her to make her contribution. Go ahead, introduce yourself, and tell us where you are calling from.
Biafrans and lovers of freedom all over the world. Please, my name is Helen Chikaike. I'm calling from Denmark. Please, I want to thank you people for your programs. I've been following you people for a very long time. Every time listening to the programs you people are doing, I'm so happy and proud of you people and the programs. And I still want to use this opportunity to thank our leader, the only incorruptible leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. I pray that Chukwu Okike Abiama will continue to guide and protect him till Biafra comes. I wanted to say something about this man, the leader of Mossad. What's his name again?
UWAZURIKE.
UWAZURIKE, honestly, from my own point of view, just like one of our commentators, one of our brothers mentioned earlier before, the man is highly frustrated. I think the people, the Janjaweed that he has been dealing with are on his neck. When somebody listens to his voice and his comments and the way it's like he's at the point of breaking down. So it's a kind of confusion. He's confused. He just wants to see if there is any way he can try to free himself. So I don't think his comments has any meaning to. First of all, if the time ESN came out, he condemned the ordeal. Now he's asking that ESN should be handed over to Nigerian government, to the governors who has nothing, who has no contribution, who has no interest of the people
not even contribution. The governors are even fighting against ESN. So how do they work together? Two cannot work together except they agree.
Exactly. I think he's a very confused man. That shows actually he has no interest of Biafra at all. And our people, I think they should look at him and see that he has been deceiving a lot of people for a long time. He said he has started this struggle for over 20 years. You know, congratulating the person that killed his own people. And these are the people you say you have been fighting for their struggle. I don't know. I believe that man is
Biafra mother, thank you. If we allow you, you'll be talking to tomorrow, but we're going to give you the opportunity some other time to make contribution. You've exceeded the 2 minutes, and I want to say thank you for that contribution. You can always call in this program. The line is always open for Biafrans. Thank you for your calling in. Thank you. We appreciate. Thank you very much. Thank you. God bless you. So, Mazi Solomon, I think we have to give us your final word today.
My final word is that you should mark, if you are talking about UWAZURIKE, you should take this point home. When ESN was launched, he said, we don't need that security, that Southeast is safe, that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is playing to gallery. Now he called for press release again, and he started telling them in the press release that we need security in the Southeast. Can you see how unstable he is? So watch that video and confirm by yourself. Until Mazi Pat will bring me on your way again, my name remains Solomon Peter. Thank you so much for listening to us and following us in this very program. Remain blessed. Bye.
Thank you very much for that closing remark. I want to say thank you, Biafrans, for your patience. We want to appreciate those who commented, those who called, and thank you very much. Our being here today has been insightful, and possibly this evening, if it's convenient for Mazi Solomon, we'll be coming back and touching on other issues. Thank you very much. Remain faithful. Remain faithful. Temptation will come your way. In this struggle for Biafra restoration, people are going to spit on your face. It is all part of the, part of the struggle, and also test to see how faithful you are. People are going to even call you names, but you must remain on the right path. Never deviate. Continue believing. Continue on the path. Continue to support ESN. Continue to support everything IPOB and Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is doing. Because at the end of the day, it is only through our support that we can get to the destination. If you feel offended, find a way to resolve it. It is always a brother-sister issue. We shouldn't take our issues, and start robbing each other, trying to destroy what we are building. Let us be patient when it is needed. I want to say thank you very much. We'll be seeing you again. Until we meet again, I remain your brother, your friend, and your anchor. My name is Ikem Patrick DK, and I want to say have a wonderful day, morning and evening, depending on where you find yourself. Thank you, and God bless you all.
Onumubulago emeko chukurana. Onumubulago ikembana.